Alex Eala's heartbreaking exit, the extreme battle against Victoria Mboko at the Hong Kong Open, the roar of the crowd echoed to Victoria Park in Hong Kong as two of tennis's brightest young stars, Alex Eala of the Philippines and Victoria Mboko of Canada, stepped onto court under blazing lights. It wasn't just a match. It was a collision of passion, youth, and destiny. Both women, barely out of their teens, had spent their seasons climbing mountains, breaking expectations, and carrying the dreams of nations on their shoulders. Yet, by the end of the night, only one would walk away in triumph. And for Alex Eala, it would be a night of heartbreak, an emotional, grueling, soul-draining battle that would leave her in tears, sprawled on a hardcore Hong Kong. Her 2025 season ending not in glory, but in gut-wrenching pain. A night of fire and fury from the very first point. It was clear that this was no ordinary match. The energy inside the Hong Kong Coliseum was electric. Filipino flags waving proudly from every corner. Chants of "Let's Go Alex" rising above the crowd. Eala, the 20-year-old rising star, would capture the world attention all season. Facebook, Canada's prodigious powerhouse, known for her explosive serve and relentless baseline aggression. The first few games were a storm. Rallies that stretched for 20, sometimes 30 shots. Each exchange felt like a test of willpower more than talent. Eala's forehands danced with precision. Her angles sharp, her footwork electric, but Mboko's strength was thunderous. She counter-punched with fury, hammering returns deep into the court, refusing to let Eala dictate play. At 5-5 in the opening set, the tension was palpable. Both players had already saved multiple break points. The rallies drew gasps, the intensity unreal. Then a single error, a backhand just wide by Eala, gave Mboko the edge. The Canadian served out. The set 7-5, pounding her chest in. Triumph. Eala didn't flinch. She simply walked her bench, wiped her sweat, and whispered some to herself. It's not over. The phoenix rises. If the first set was a war of attrition, the second was a showcase of heart. Alex Eala came, alive like a storm reborn. She broke Mboko, served early with a blistering down the line winner that sent the Filipino crowd into euphoria. Her eyes burned with focus. Every swing carried both grace and grit. She started moving forward, attacking short balls, mixing drop shots with fearless volleys. It was vintage. Eala, fearless, fluid, and full of fight. At 4-2, she saved 3 break points with jaw-dropping defense, chasing down every ball with reckless courage. Her screams of "come on" echoed through the arena. The tension climbed higher, but she thrived in the chaos. Minutes later, she sealed the set 6-2, 3 with a stunning ace down the tee. The crowd exploded. Eala raised her fist high, chest heaving, tears already welling in her eyes. One said everything to play for. The Hong Kong night grew heavier, humid air clinging to their bodies. The scoreboard gleamed like a battlefield. One warrior from the Philippines, one from Canada, both refusing to yield. The deciding set when body meets breaking point. The third set was not tennis. It was survival. Every game felt like a marathon. Eala's energy began to waver, her legs heavy from weeks of competition, an emotional toll of a long season. Yet she fought. Every point, every swing, every breath was resistance against fatigue. At 2:2, Mboko began turning up the pace, hammering first serves at 190 km/h, forcing Eala into defense. But the Filipina refused to fold. She countered with touch, patience, and intelligence, drawing Mboko into rallies that tested every ounce of endurance. The match crossed the 2-hour mark. Then came the pivotal moment at 3-4, 30-30. Eala pushed wide on the forehand side, launched a desperate running shot that just clipped the line. The crowd gasped. It was in, but the replay challenge from Boo confirmed it. Out by a millimeter. Heartbreak. A single point changed everything. Boo broke serve in moments. Later served for the match. Still, I didn't stop believing. She saved 2 match points with bold aggression, including one incredible passing shot that had the crowd chanting her name. But at the third, her body betrayed her. A double fault. The stadium went silent. Eala dropped her racket. Then slowly she sank to her knees. The collapse. For a few moments, time seemed to stand still. Alex Eala sounded the court, tears streaming down her cheeks, her body trembling. The crowd began to applaud, not out of joy for victory, but out of respect for what they had witnessed. This was more than a match. It was a masterpiece of spirit and suffering. Physios rushed in offering water and ice. Her team stood by, helpless yet proud. Boo Cross Anet knelt beside her, an offer hug an act of pure sportsmanship between 2 rising stars who had given everything. Eala tried to smile but couldn't. Her face crumpled as emotion overtook her. The crowd rose to their feet, chanting her name. Alex, Alex, Alex. It was one of those rare sports moments where loss felt like victory, the emotional farewell. When Eala finally stood, the ovation was thunderous. She waved the crowd through, tears, her hand over her heart. During the post-match interview, her voice quivered, fragile yet filled with honesty. "This one hurts a lot," she said softly. "I really wanted to finish the season on a high note. I gave everything I had, but my body just couldn't keep up anymore." She paused, taking a deep breath. "But I'm proud of how I fought, proud of my team, and proud to represent the Philippines. I'll be back stronger." Her words were met with cheers and tears alike. Even Boo, standing beside her, looked visibly moved. The Canadian later said, "Alex is one of the toughest players I've ever faced. She pushed me to my limits. Tonight, she made everyone see what true heart looks like. A season etched in fire. Despite the heartbreaking end, Alex Eala's 2025 season will be remembered as a turning point in her young career. She reached multiple WDA semifinals, broke into the top 50, and earned victories against seasoned veterans. The legacy of a fighter. The match in Hong Kong will go down as one of the most emotionally charged battles of Eala's career. A duel that tested her limits, exposed her vulnerability, and revealed her unbreakable will. For some, defeat is a dead end. For Alex, Eala is a foundation. Every tear, every fall, every collapse. It's part of the story she's writing. A story that will one day be retold when she lifts a major trophy. Because if there's one thing this heartbreaking night in Hong Kong proved, it's that Alex Eala isn't just a player. She's a force, a symbol, a fighter. And fighters don't fade. They rise. The flame still burns. Long after the crowd had left and the arena lights dimmed, Alex returned to the court. Alone, she stood at the baseline, racket in hand, gazing at the spot where she had fallen hours earlier. The silence was thick, but she smiled a small, weary, defiant smile. "I'll be back," she whispered to the empty court. "And next time I'll finish the fight." Then she walked away, leaving behind not just sweat and tears, but the spark of something greater. A legacy in the making. Hong Kong broke her heart, yes, but it also proved her courage. And for Alex Eala, that courage will be the seed of every future victory to come. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next